Hey guys, what's up? My name's Shayla. Those of you who don't know me, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my house, my bedroom. Most of you guys have seen this before on Snapchat. I literally take all my pictures right here. But the other day I asked you guys to ask me questions on my last YouTube video, and so I'm basically just gonna answer them, and I'm gonna answer all of them. Well, not all of them, but as many as I can. Well, maybe like 10. Well, I only want the video to be like 30 minutes, so as many questions as I can answer in 30 minutes, that's what I'm about to do. Okay, so question number 1 comes from Kennedy Wall. She asks, how do you cope with hate comments? I mean, it just doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't. Like, people can say, I mean, people have said, like, you know, all types of crazy stuff to me, and it just, like, it kind of makes me laugh, to be honest with you. I think I'm just immune to it now, you know? It's like you have to train yourself that it doesn't really matter what other people say, so I just laugh it off. Like, I have a good sense of humor, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like to laugh, I like to joke. I'm super duper sarcastic, and like anyone who knows me knows that I'm like, some people say I'm funny or whatever. But for real, like, I just like to have fun. Ooh, Melissa Brooke asked, when's your birthday? September 14th, Virgo, ayy, like Beyonce. Ooh. Diage, welcome. I don't know, sorry if I messed that up. What is your ideal guy? Well, I would say tall, dark, and handsome, but I don't mind if they're like my height. Smart, like they have to be able to like stimulate my mind, you know what I'm saying? It'd be nice if they have a nice smile, you know, and are in shape. You know, those are extra points, but I think I'm starting to realize like I don't want to date anyone in the industry because I feel like let's just not go down that road. But you know, just smart, successful, funny, fun, adventurous, likes to travel, you know, just to name a few things. Okay, Nice, Florida says, do you think it's required to go to makeup school in order to be a makeup artist? No. I think if you want to do like get into like skincare and all that, then you should definitely go to school. But as far as like learning the technique of doing makeup, I don't think you need to go to school. I think you need to be trained, of course, but you don't have to go to school. If you want to do like aesthetics, you know, be an esthetician and do makeup, then you definitely have to go to cosmetology school, but otherwise you don't. Oh, you guys, I forgot to show you my t-shirt. Ooh, equality. So I was at Nike getting my leggings. That's where I get all my leggings. And they have this whole like equality campaign going on. So I bought the t-shirt and I was like, let me wear this when I do a YouTube video, because I want you guys to know that no matter your age, your sex, your race, your religion, the, you know, color of your pinky toe, you know, I love all of you guys, and I think it's like dope to just spread equality. It's a dope message. I love the shirt. Okay, back to my Q&A. Fanny Mary asks, why can't I say asks? Asked. I'm gonna just say writes, okay? Fanny Mary writes, my question is, what is your body goal? On Snapchat, I can see that you're serious about working out, and also you said in a video that you were trying to lose weight. Are you still trying to lose weight, or are you trying to tone some muscles? Love you too. So basically, when I have a trip to go on, or when summer's coming, it's like my goal is to like lose weight and get into really good shape. In the winter, it's like I'm more relaxed. I just want to like enjoy life without putting that pressure on myself. So right now, I would say the reason why I switched trainers, why I'm doing boxing, is because I want to be defined. I don't really care about the actual body weight number. I'm more concerned about looking fit and like looking like, oh, she has like definition in her stomach and her legs. Like, that's my overall goal. And I think you can work out better and your just mindset's better when you don't put that pressure on yourself. So that's just how I think when it comes to working out. I feel like in a couple months, getting closer to summer, when I have like big trips planned, then I'll be like, okay, let's get really serious. I'm gonna eat super clean. I'll probably cut out wine, and I'll really focus on toning my body. So hopefully that answers the question. By the way, like, I mean, I love wearing headscarves. Like, I think it's super cute. But like my hair needs to be done, so that's really why. And I don't want you guys, you know, talking crap. So Alessandra Morari writes, I just binge watched your channel, laugh out loud, but your last Q&A you semi-opened up about romance, which was cute. Have things changed? You have been MIA on your Snapchat and Instagram, which I can't help but speculate you're dating, because I do the same thing. Laugh out loud. If so, how do you get past all those obstacles you mentioned? Like, are you sure he isn't a F-boy? You guys know what I'm talking about. I hate dating in LA. Did the universe hear you, and did you have Valentine's this year? There's a lot of questions up in here, okay? We want the deets. Also, you're way sweeter than you appear. Thank you. Don't let a dude come between you and your money. Okay, secure the bag. I honestly believe that if you put out, you know, what you want into the universe, it will come. I really do feel like that. So if you guys see, okay, first off, she put me on blast just now. Like, she totally put me on blast because you guys saw me the other day bowling and it looked like I was bowling by myself. Obviously I wasn't. I might have been on a date or whatever. So basically right now I would say there's somebody who has my attention. I wouldn't say they're my boyfriend or anything like that, but somebody definitely has my attention, and I just kind of want to leave it at that. No, but for real guys, like, you know, it's like I chose to be in front of the camera to show my entire life, but I feel like the person that I choose to date may not want that. So if I meet someone and you know, he turns out to be my boyfriend, it's probably gonna be like a while before I introduce him to you guys. So, you know, whenever that man comes in my life, it'll probably take at least like 6 months to a year before I'm like, okay, you know, I'll show you guys his face or whatever. Real talk. Ooh, okay, so Caterburb_ writes, where's your favorite place you've ever traveled to, and where do you want to go that you haven't been? So I haven't been to Paris. Isn't that crazy? Like, I feel like I should have been there already. I really want to go to Paris, but I want to go there with like a boo, you know, because it's like all romantic and stuff. Bora Bora was probably like my favorite place to go. It was so dope. I'd go back, and I'm so grateful that like I was on that Tarte trip because it was amazing. So that's definitely like, I feel like something off my bucket list that was checked. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. Where else do I want to go? I want to go to Africa. Like, I haven't been to Africa. I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to just like all over Africa. I want to go to safari. Like, I want to just do everything. Like, I'm the type of person that is not afraid of trying new things, you know? Like, I freaking went skydiving. I'll do anything for the most part. Okay, I feel like I've answered this all the time. Michaela Swisher writes, what encouraged you to become a makeup artist / beauty blogger? At what point did you know that this was what you wanted to do for the rest of your life, and what were your struggles like? So I do have a video called My Makeup Journey. It kind of talks about my journey into what I'm doing now. Basically, I was freelancing as a makeup artist, and that's what I was gonna do. I was like, I wanna be a celebrity makeup artist. This is like my dream job. So I was living in Arizona, I went to ASU. I moved back to California because this is where I'm from. And I started posting, you know, on Instagram because I was like, I need to make money. Like, I was basically like a starving artist. No, for real, I was a starving makeup artist. I was working at MAC. I had no extra clients, which means I wasn't getting freelance work. I didn't have that extra income coming in. So I was like, okay, let me post on Instagram. Hopefully I'll get like 2 or 3 clients, you know, a month, and then maybe that'll turn into 2 or 3 a week. And then maybe one day I can quit MAC and just freelance. And that was like the whole purpose of, you know, Instagram. And then, you know, I noticed people didn't really care about my clients. They cared more about like the makeup I put on myself. And so I just kind of, you know, really tuned into that, and I started just posting more of myself on Instagram. And then that's when, you know, brands and companies started reaching out and, you know, wanted to work with me and were just curious. And that's basically it. You know, it wasn't, I never ever in my life thought, oh, I want to be a beauty blogger. I honestly don't even think I knew what that was a couple years ago. This is all new to me, and I'm grateful. Like, I feel like, wow, hard work pays off. You know what I mean? Like, 2-3 years ago, I never would have thought I would be in the position I am now. Hopefully that answers the question. You guys have so many questions about dating. Okay, so Courtney Benke writes, how many guys try and slide in your DMs? And are you dating? So I get like a lot of girls sliding in my DMs, not to date, but just like asking makeup questions. And occasionally like I'll get a guy that slides in my DM, but I feel like nothing ever comes out of like sliding through a DM, you know? It just doesn't. Like there's just a lot of creeps on Instagram. So yeah, that's that. Damn, there was a good question here, and where is it? Jennifer Pitt asked, do you have tattoos? If not, would you get one? I don't have any tattoos. I'm a blank canvas, but yet I'm still a work of art. I I know I'm corny, I know. I don't think I'll ever get a tattoo. I don't think I can deal with the pain. Like, there's nothing about getting a tattoo that makes me like excited. And also I'm very critical. Like, I'm a Virgo, I'm very critical. So I feel like if I got a tattoo, at some point in my life, I won't like it. You know, like, and if I did get a tattoo, which I won't, it would have to be like on my back or somewhere where I can't see it. You know, because if I see it, I'll criticize it. So, yeah. Leslie Gonzalez asks, right. I hope you answer this. I'll be tuning in to find out. Okay, girl, I'm about to answer. She asked 2 questions and I'll just answer both of them. Does your family support your lifestyle? And then in parentheses, she writes, beauty guru, etc. No shade or anything, I just don't see any mention of them. Maybe you're just keeping your personal life personal. Laugh out loud, I was just wondering. To answer that, I mean, my cousin's with me every day. You guys see her name's Kayla. She's not here today, but she's like literally like cousin, like we're related. My mom and my brother live down here, and then all of my dad's side of the family's in the Bay Area, and then my dad lives in Seattle. So I do show my family when I go up to the Bay Area. Maybe you guys missed those snaps, but I have a niece and a nephew, and I'll put them on Snapchat. And I just like, you know, my family doesn't always, I feel like when I snap, they're always like, oh, you're snapping. It's like, so I just respect their privacy. I just respect that, you know, when I'm spending time with my family, doesn't always mean I have to like show you guys, you know. Oh, did I even answer the question? Do they support me? Yes, they support everything I do. No one in my family has ever been like, oh my God, like, why are you doing that? Or, oh my gosh, like, you know, they really haven't said anything like that. They've made comments about like, you know, the clothing I've worn or me maybe having my titties out, but they're pretty supportive of like my career. I lost it. Where? Oh, okay. Have you ever experienced any prejudice, people, or racism in the industry with all the negativity going on right now? Is there anything that you've noticed? I would say like with the brands that I'm working with, no. I just feel like being a black woman, people make like little comments, and it isn't always necessarily like racism. Sometimes it's ignorance, and there is a difference. But overall, it's like, no, you know, not really. What's your favorite? Ooh, King M asked, what's your favorite restaurant? Oh my gosh. So I love sushi, you guys. I love sushi. There's a place in LA called Sugarfish, so good. Where do I like to eat? I love Boa. Oh my God, Boa Steakhouse is so good. Ruth Chris lamb chops. I just named like a whole bunch. I don't have a favorite restaurant. I love like seafood. I love sushi. So like all the dope sushi spots, like I'm there, you know? Ooh, okay, so this isn't like about me, but this is kind of interesting. So Angelica Delira says, what do you do when your sister-in-laws are hating? Ooh. Listen, if people are hating on you, then you're probably doing something right. Honestly, like, they're probably jealous of you, I think. And it's not always like jealousy in like a bad way. It might be jealous because maybe you do your makeup better, or maybe, you know. So I don't know the exact situation, but I would say like maybe give them some makeup or help them with their makeup, or just give them a compliment. Just be nice. Just be nice. And eventually they're going to be like, people will notice that they're not being nice to you, and people will be like, damn, like, why are you hating on her? So I just try to ignore. Like, I just ignore. I'm like, strut and slay, okay? Strut and slay. Chantal writes, hi Shayla, what shampoo, conditioner, and other hair products do you use? Your hair is always perfect. Thank you. I wear weave. But I use the Way Jen Atkins hair care line. Shampoo, the conditioner. That's like what I use to wash my weave, to wash my leave out, which is like my natural hair. Yeah. And then argan oil. I like to put argan oil in my natural hair. Hydrate, you know. My skin is combo/oily. Do you think I would like the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation? Yes. So I've been using the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation for maybe like a month and a half, maybe 2 months now, and I like it. And I have combination skin. Right now it's more on the dry side, so I'm just not using a primer, but when my skin's like super oily, I'll just use a primer. The Skin Foundation, it's like, I feel like it's like a sheer to medium coverage, but I can build it to get really good coverage. And I like that it's like, it just feels light and it looks light. Like, it doesn't look like I have a thick layer of foundation on my skin. So that's one of the reasons why I've been using it, and the colors are Metro Boomin'. So yeah, girl, anyone can wear that. Okay, so Paris Molloy asks, how do you deal with time by yourself? My boyfriend and I had our first massive fight in a whole year, and I'm having to give him some space, but I can't stop thinking about it all. What do you do when you're really upset and you have to be by yourself? Well, shit, I live by myself, so that's easy. No. I try to keep myself busy. So, like, if I'm ever by myself and I'm, like, lonely, I just try and, you know, I'll do a project at the house, which might be cleaning. I might go to a friend's house. I might ask a friend to go to the movies. I'll go out to eat. Like, I'll just do whatever it takes to keep myself busy so my mind isn't on it, you know? Netflix, Game of Thrones. Listen, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, you could just have a whole day of that. That'll keep you busy. But yeah, just staying busy. Like, if you're ever lonely, just, like, you know, do whatever it takes to keep yourself busy so you're not thinking about, you know, being alone or your fight or whatnot. This is like an ask advice type of thing going on over here. Ooh, this is a good one. Patricia Gutierrez says, what do you like about being a Virgo? And what signs do you hate? One thing about Virgos is, like, we're super determined and we work hard. So that's a quality that I absolutely love. I hate that I'm so anal about everything. You know, like, literally, like, I don't know if you guys notice, like, my bedroom is always, like, I make my bed every day. Everything is always, like, in place. And if it's out of place, like, I go crazy. Like, I can't even go a day without, like, with my bed being messy, you know? Like, sometimes I just wish I could just, like, relax like that, you know? And then also I'm like, I plan out my day. So I'll be like, okay, 1 o'clock I'll do this, 2 o'clock I'm gonna do this, 4 o'clock I'm gonna do this, 7, you know? And it's like every day I'm, like, on such a schedule, which is great. But then sometimes I'm like, oh, I just want to, like, wake up and just do whatever, you know? So, but that's, you know, I feel like Virgo is, like, the best sign, so. You guys, I'm, like, looking through all of this, and you guys seriously asked me, like, there's so many questions about dating. Okay, so the guy that, like, I went on a date with recently, that a lot of people were like, were you on a date? Were you on a date? Like, I met a year ago, and, like, I don't know, it was just, I don't know what happened. Maybe a year ago I just wasn't in the right mindset, but we've kind of just, like, been cool or whatever, and then recently I've just kind of been like, have my attention. But I usually typically don't, like, randomly go on dates with people. It's like I have to be connected to them somehow. Like, someone has to introduce me, because there's just, like, a lot of weirdos out there. And then with Instagram and everything, like, people, it's just a lot of weirdos, you know? Actually, the past few dates that I've been on, it's like people I've met, like, walking around, you know, the grocery store or whatnot, at a restaurant, you know. Naomi Oquiendo says, I love you, Shayla, and really look up to you and your confidence. I wanted to know if you have any advice or tips for getting your Instagram page or YouTube started and out there, especially Instagram. So the only advice I could give you is, like, what I've done. And with Instagram, I would just post, I would tag the companies I'm wearing. Like, I would make a list, like, okay, eyebrows, you know, Benefit or Anastasia. I'd say what color I'm using, and then at the bottom I would hashtag the companies and I would photo tag them, and then they'd repost, and that's kind of how you grow. And you have to be consistent. So if you're posting, like, once a week, it's probably not going to get you anywhere. You have to post every day, and you have to switch up your makeup looks. It's a lot of work. It's not easy, you know, especially if you don't want to wear a lot of makeup every day, you know? Like, I pretty much go out with a beat face all the time and sweats. Like, I'll have my face beat and I'll just have, like, some sweats on. It's just, you know, you have to commit to it. Same with YouTube. It's like you have to upload, you know, every week, twice a week. Some people do 3 times a week. Obviously, the more you upload, the faster you'll grow. So it's really just about being consistent. Just Ray615 asks, do you have any new fitness health goals for this year? If so, what are they? And how do you plan on accomplishing them? P.S. You inspire me daily to move my ass and be healthy. Love you too. You know, this year I just want to be super fit. I want, you know, any random person to look at me and be like, oh wow, she works out. Like, I could tell she works out. I want to be able to you know, if I have to go out of town, or if I'm going on a vacation last minute, like I don't want to have to worry about like, oh dang, I should have like worked out harder, I should have done this. Like I want my body to be always ready. I just feel better when I'm in shape, you know, and it's just a great way to start your day too. And honestly, I encourage you guys to work out if you can. So many people message me on Snapchat every day, and they say, oh, you motivate me to work out, like I'm gonna start. And it's always like, oh, I'm gonna start, you know, next week, or I'm gonna start tomorrow. And it's like, that means you're never gonna start. Like you just have to do it. You have to wake up, you have to set an alarm, you have to do it. So the first, I think it takes like 30 days to break a habit. So it's like, you know, the first day you decide to go back to the gym, it's gonna be hard. You're not gonna wanna get up, but you just do it. And once you get it over with, you feel so much better. That's the only thing I can encourage you to do, is to just freaking set the alarm and go. If you need to go with a friend, then do that. But honestly, it's like you're gonna feel so good about yourself, and you'll feel more confident if you work out. And you'll just be healthier. And you'll look good. So. Okay, oh shit, how do you say her name? Efticia Kyprianou writes, hi gorgeous, so where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 7 years? When do you see yourself as a mother? So a couple years ago, I would have been like, you know what, I don't think I'm having kids. Like I just don't think it's gonna happen. But now I'm like, shoot, it might. And if I do have kids, like I'm gonna get freaking, I'll probably get in vitro so I can have twins and knock them out, okay? I know people are gonna be like, oh my god, are you serious? But that would be like ideal, to have twins, a boy and a girl, boom, done. What did she ask? Oh, where do I see myself in the next 5 to 7 years? You know, just growing my YouTube channel. I would love to be a face of a cosmetic line. So for instance, you see, I'm trying to think of, okay, so for instance, like Maybelline, you see Adriana Lima in the commercials, you see Jordan Dunn, you see Harriet. Like I want to be the face of a brand. So when people think of a brand, they think of me. That's like a goal of mine, you know, to be on billboards, to be, you know, it's like an influencer, the face of a global brand. That would be like my ultimate goal. You know, having a makeup line sounds good, but it's just like I can't commit to having, you know, and funding my own makeup line. If a cosmetic brand came to me and they're like, we want to have a MakeupShayla or a Shayla cosmetic line under our brand, heck yeah, I'm gonna do it. But yeah, so that's my goal. You know, you gotta put it out there. You gotta put it out there. You gotta speak it into existence. So my EXO asked, what was your biggest motivation to not give up on life? I mean, there was a point in my life where I hit rock bottom. I didn't have money. I could barely pay, you know, I really couldn't even pay my car note. Like, shit, I was late all the time. I couldn't really afford groceries, and I was able to climb out of that just by working hard and believing in myself and not giving up. And, you know, I think once I saw that, okay, hard work pays off, that kind of keeps you motivated, you know. I think a lot of times people give up too early. So say you have a goal, instead of like working on that goal for a few years, after a year, if you don't see the progress that you want, or you don't see the progress that maybe your friends are accomplishing, then you give up. And I think that's not the way to go. If you truly believe in something that you're doing, then it's gonna work out for you. You just have to be patient. Okay, so Miss Renita asked, what undies do you wear under your gym clothes because you never have a panty line? I just wear a thong, a basic thong. Like, why are you looking at my panty line? No. I just wear like regular underwear. I don't know, a thong, shoot. I don't wear big granny panties. No, oh my gosh, no. Oh my gosh, no. Can you imagine if I wore big granny panties to the gym? I'd have a wedgie, you guys know. I just do a thong. There's a lot of questions on here like, what did you do to start your YouTube? How do you do it? How do you do it? And it's like, without just pinpointing one, you guys just be consistent. Like if you truly love makeup, for instance, and you're like, oh my god, I want to do makeup, I want to do this, then you have to pursue it. You have to go 100%, and you have to be consistent. So no days off. Like there was a time when I was like freelancing, I would still have time to post on Instagram. I'd work 8-hour shift at Mac and then I'd freelance after. And I was tired all the time, but look, it works. You just have to be, you know, you have to work hard, you have to be consistent, and yeah, that's like advice. Like that goes with for anything, no matter what your job is, you know, work hard, be consistent. Boom. Okay, so Legendary Casey said, have you ever been chased by a dog? Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket? Yes, I've gotten so many tickets, you guys. So when I was younger, we had boxers growing up, and we had our boxer, and then my mom rescued a boxer, and he had been like just like through a lot of traumatic, I guess, things. Like he was traumatized, and my 2 dogs got in a fight, like to the point where there was blood. It was like getting really bad, and I was trying to separate them, and my dog, the new dog that we just rescued, bit my wrist, and I still have like the little marks. Like literally I have like little tiny marks all over my wrist from when he bit me. Like it was like a full on, you could see his whole jaw. So I was bit by a dog. After that, like I noticed like I was a little bit more hesitant when it came to dogs. And then the second question is, what she say? Have you ever gotten a speed? Heck yeah. Like so the car I have now, the first month of me having that car, I got a ticket. And well, it wasn't really speeding. I went into the fast track lane, like when there was like the 2 double white lines, and I didn't know like you couldn't do that. And he was like being so rude or whatever, and then he like tried to give me another ticket for, he was just like, he was tripping. He just needed to give someone a ticket, and I was his victim, okay? But yeah, I get tickets all the time. Well, not all the time. Now like I like drive kind of slow, but like before, like I would get like random ass speeding tickets. I don't like to drive fast anymore because it's like dangerous, and yeah. Lynn Petition says, would you ever go back to your old trainer? No, probably not. So basically, like when I work out, I need my trainer to have a lot of energy because I don't. And it's not because I just don't have energy, it's because it's first thing in the morning, I'm tired, and then you're working me out, which is making me tired. So I need you to be pumped and have a lot of energy, and I need you to leave your personal business at home, you know, which is why like I'm with the trainer I am now, because he's very professional. He trains a lot of athletes, which I like. So it's kind of like, it's strictly business. Like, okay, I'm training you, we're trying to get this work done, and we're trying to get results, you know? So like he's like, some trainers like that I've had in the past, it's like they try and be your friend, they get kind of sensitive, and it's like, bro, you know, be professional, be on time, and don't act like a little. No, but for real, it's like sometimes people lose sight of like, okay, this is a business. Like if I'm paying you, then this is a business. This is a business transaction. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, let's both just do our jobs and then we'll both be happy. I'm not the type that's like super like sensitive when it comes to like, I guess, working out or whatnot, you know? Carmina7 asks, what sports bras do you use? Okay guys, I use Nike sports bras, Nike leggings, and usually Nike tops. Nike needs to be sending me some free shit, that's all I'm saying, because I spend a lot on Nike. But that's like, it fits the best. Oh, and another thing, you guys, the headbands that I wear, the little headbands are they're cheap cotton headbands. Like there's nothing special about them at all, I promise. I get them at like the local like beauty supply. I like the thick ones. Ooh, how many times a week do you work out? I work out 4 times a week with my trainer. Now I try and do spin at least twice a week. So like ideally I would work out like 6 times a week. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, this might be the last question. So Sally NVY says, hi Shayla, what were you like in high school and what made you become so confident and motivated? Last question, when did you really get into makeup? So in high school I played soccer and I was very, very shy. Like so shy. When I was younger, you guys, I would, like when they would do roll call or name call or whatever, take attendance, they would always mess up my name. They'd be like, Charla, Sheila, and I would be so embarrassed, and like, you know, you have to be like, here, I'd be like, here. Like I was just super, super shy, and I was shy my whole life, and I feel like playing soccer definitely helped that out. What made you so confident and motivated? I feel like confidence just comes with Sometimes it just comes with time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like I grew up thinking like, oh, I'm this or this. It just comes with time. And motivate. And I've kind of always been motivated. That was like the last part of her question. Even like out of high school, as soon as I got out of high school, I went to college and I had a job and I always worked. I always, you know, I guess I've always like had that determination, thank goodness. Shoot, like I've never been like lazy and like, oh, I don't want to work, or, you know, never. I've always been determined to like have my own money and just be independent. La 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 la, I think that's it. Okay, was there a couple of things I want to tell you guys? I mean, I already kind of touched on this, but you know, I make my bed every day. That's like a random fact about me. I feel like that's like, I don't know, it keeps me disciplined, you know, making my bed every day. Plus, I just like how it looks, having your bed made. So if anyone ever comes in the house, it's kind of like, oh, her bed's a mess, you know, like nothing. It's always like, oh, it looks clean. I always keep my house pretty clean. I'm good about that. I'm like really like a neat person. Like I'm very clean. I never keep dishes in the sink. My car is always clean. I get my car washed every other week. I never have trash in my car. Like I'm like one of those people, you know. What's another random fact? I'm kind of like that just overall. Like my nails always have to be done. My toenails always have to be done. Pedicure, manicure, house has to be clean. You know what I'm saying? That's like the overall vibe. Yeah. What's another random fact? Oh, I don't like doing the dishes, so I have a lot of plastic stuff in the house. So plastic forks, plastic spoons, plastic cups. So if you come to my house, you're probably gonna get a plastic cup. Or I'll just give you the whole bottle of water. I'm not about to pour it in a cup because I'm not trying to do the dishes. Oh, another random fact about me. Like I only buy white and purple candles, except in my bathroom I have yellow candles, but like I don't like having weird colored candles because it throws off like the vibe in my house. Like my room is yellow, gray, and white, you know, so everything in here has to be like that. And then my living room is like purple and gray and white, so everything, you know, it has to like all go together. That's how like, I guess, anal I am. Some people say it might be crazy, but white or purple candles only. What else do I do that's like kind of weird? Oh, and then flowers. Like I always have fresh flowers on my coffee table and they have to be like white, pink, purple. They can be yellow because it's like complementary to purple, you know? But that's just like, that's the vibe of my house. That's just how it goes. Like everything has to match and be coordinated, and yeah, it's like an energy thing. Like for me, it's like I wake up and my house I have to see color for me to be like, just like for my brain to be engaged, you know? That's just like the vibe. I have to see color, you know? Like you guys see, I have a purple couch, which when I move, I might get a different color couch only because I want like a bigger, you know, sofa. But that's just like some random facts about me, you know? Like I have to wake up and just see like different colors, different shades, you know? You know. Okay, I answered like so many questions, you guys. I hope, you know, you got to know me a little bit better. I kind of like these videos where I'm just like talking to you guys and we're getting to know one another. Yeah, I mean, tell me what you guys think. Do you guys like this? Did you learn a little something about me? Leave it in the comments. Let me know how you feel. Talk to me. Anyways, guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, at MakeupShayla. I'll put it right here at the bottom. And last but not least, strut and slay.